Hello! Welcome back to the series where you and I are making a fan-made Pokédex together. Let's just go ahead and jump right on into making the next Pokemon. Wheel of Fortune! As always, we're spinning the wheel to see what our Pokemon is going to be. And our first typing seems to be Fairy. It was almost electric. Spinning that wheel again to see the second typing, if it has a second typing, which is Water. That's cool, Fairy Water. As per usual, spin that wheel to see if this Pokemon is anything other than a normal type. Are we gonna get our first legendary? It's looking to be. Let's go. I skewed this wheel a little bit because legendaries normally don't evolve, so I made a bigger, higher chance of not having any evolutions, and it's looking like it's not going to. I skewed this one a little bit because usually legendaries like have a new move or an ability. Of course, I did a little bit alt form as well, but it's looking like it's gonna have a new ability. And of course, we got to see, is this going to be a box legendary, a misc legendary, one of the legendary squads? It's going to be our box legendary. It looks like we got our first box legendary. Of course, there will be two. I will do the other one at a later date, but I do already have typings in mind because obviously I like the box legendaries to kind of interplay with one another. So as far as typings, I have that planned out. For this one though, we have Water Fairy, which I think is a pretty cool typing overall. And as soon as I saw that, I had ideas immediately of kind of what I wanted to do and play with as far as that typing goes. And with that said, I present to you Facerine. I wanted to give this Pokemon a more of an elegant look, which I think I accomplished here. The whole point of this Pokemon is supposed to be about purity or calmness and peace. At least that's the idea of it. And if you could guess, the counterpart will maybe be a little bit opposite of that. I don't want to give too much away. And for fairy Pokemon, of course, usually the color palettes are usually those like pretty light colors or the pinks and blues. And not that fairy or fairy Pokemon have to have those color palettes, but I think it works really well in this one. Especially for the whole idea and concept behind this Pokemon in itself of being kind of more pure and being more like for like calmness and stuff, which kind of plays into like a background story that I have going, but I'm not going to go that deep in this video with it. This Pokemon also is supposed to have a new ability. I want to pre-reference. Once again, I am not a competitive Pokemon player, so I don't know a ton about Pokemon abilities. This is purely for fun. It's made up. Legendary abilities are usually a little bit more busted or like, you know, the stronger of them because, I mean, they're supposed to be legendary Pokemon. So I thought for this one, it would have Fey Soul, which turns the ground into fairy terrain when the Pokemon enters the battle, which also hence boosts this Pokemon's special attack, and then it gives this Pokemon, Facerine, a 20% more health regain on healing moves. So that might be kind of OP, but you know this Pokemon's cool and it deserves some OP ability. I just did this quick mock-up of a frontal view of it. I just wanted to give another perspective to see this Pokemon from another angle. If you notice the little orbs around it that aren't in the other one, I thought that'd be just part of its like ability or move. If you notice it has like a core in its center, basically that has a play into its ability and also a play into its lore, which like I said, I'm not going into this video. And last but not least, of course, I gotta show it shiny. This one actually is quite dramatic. It's quite the big change. Some of the shinies I've been doing were more subtle, or this one's kind of like, boom, this is very much different from what it looked like. But I think it looks really cool. I really like the kind of more the natural colors with this, completely changing cool colors to kind of warm colors and just giving it more like natural, kind of like the browns and oranges and reds. And there we have it. Thank you so much. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. There you go. And be sure to subscribe if you're new. Feel free to leave any comments and suggestions down below for cool Pokemon theme ideas in which I may use in my next one. Of course, I'll always give credit. Otherwise, thank you so much and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.